time has come when a student must question.
I know you don't believe in fighting, but this isn't exactly fighting, you know?
Not exactly ping pong either.
When a teacher must let go.
Miyagi always train you, but for tournament, cannot.
When a conspiracy is planned.
You said that if I beat this LaRusso kid in the All-Valley tournament, that you give me 25% of your new dojo.
When a trap is set.
You know how to front sweep?
Not really. Do you know how to sweep?
Of course. Or like this, and left the side.
It's no joke.
I need your title. You don't enter, that affects my financial future, Daniel. Get it? You think you can rely on that crane crap? Last time you weren't fighting this.
Mr. Miyagi loves you. He has faith in you.
This guy wants to break you, humiliate you, stomp you into the ground. Yes!
I'm sorry if you don't like it, but I got problems, and if you're not gonna be part of the solution, don't give me a hard time about it.
Now, the man must make a choice, and the kid must become a man.
You are going to defend. You're getting in that ring.
What am I doing?
First he suffers, then he suffers some more.
Ralph Macchio, Pat Morita, a John G. Avildsen film, The Karate Kid, Part 3.
Daniel-san!
Mr. Miyagi, it's over. It's over. Forget about it.
No!
I'm afraid. Let's get out of here. I want to go home.
No! You cannot, you must not. It's okay to lose to opponent. Must not lose to, yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm afraid. I'm afraid of him, right? What do you want me to do?
Hey! You stay focused, Daniel-san. Your best karate is still inside. Now, time to let out.
You're watching the Shady Mob podcast with your two favorite pod mob stars.
All right, guys, please click on the subscribe button so you can be notified when the latest content drops.
You ready, my guy?
Let's do it.
Hello and welcome everybody to the latest episode of the Shady Mob podcast with your two favorite pod mob stars, Alex the Man Angelov, your boy himself, King Npv, here to bring you our thoughts on Karate Kid Part 3. How you doing, the man?
I'm doing great. I'm doing great, man. Oh my gosh, what a movie! Yeah. This is number 3 in the series. And
some would say it was the worst. Others would say it was the best.
I've seen people say it's the best. Like, people like this one, and I'm just like,
yeah,
like, why? You know, like, I'm not like, you know, offended or anything. Like, you know, it's okay to like, you know, a movie that I disagree with. You know, that's fine. Everybody has preference. I just don't understand how you can think of this as the best one when the first one came out.
Well, I think so. I think they say that this is the best one mainly because it set the foundation for basically most, like, the lore of the Karate Kid universe. Because you got the story, like, basically, they use the majority of what happens in this film to set up the Cobra Kai universe and that storyline, right? So the writers really enjoyed and loved, from my understanding, Karate Kid Part 3. And I personally thought it was okay. I thought it was honestly like the third best one. Literally, it goes 1, 2, and 3 for me. From like the best one to second best one to like the third best one. But the third one still did it. Like, it still had a decent story, in my opinion, where you got to see Daniel's like ego kind of get to him wanting to defend his title after him and Kumiko broke up because she didn't want to come back to the States. Guys, when breakups happen, and I think the reason why it was believable to me was because when breakups happen, dudes tend to turn into a dark place. And Daniel at that time, I think he was just graduating, 18 years old, after suffering.
He was depressed. Brother was depressed.
Bro, he literally, if we go based on the timeline and the story arc of the like the first film to the third film, him and Ali were together in the first film, which happened not too long ago, right? Then 6 months later, after the end of the Tri-Valley tournament, at the end of the first movie, 6 months after that, they, I guess, graduate and they break up. And then that's when Mr. Miyagi and Daniel then go to Japan and they experience basically the entire thing that they experience with Kumiko and their family, and that's when Karate Kid 2 takes place, right?
Yeah.
So that probably took place within, let's say, a month, maybe 2 to 3 months. I don't think it took the entire.
It was the summer.
If it was the
the
summer,
summer,
it was like 3 months. If it was the summer, it
Yeah.
was 3 months. But then he comes back after he thinks he's gonna have a relationship with Kumiko after losing Ali fucking a month to 3 months before that, losing Kumiko, and then coming back. He's heartbroken. He doesn't know where to turn. He's turning into the dark side. So what better way for him to turn into the dark side than having him join basically Cobra Kai at the beginning of this movie and embracing that culture, that lifestyle. We get to meet Terry Silver for the first time, where he tries to become or try to approach Daniel in a way where he's his friend, he's a good mentor. And then when he basically divides Mr. Miyagi and Daniel LaRusso, because he wants Daniel to compete in the All Valley tournament. We get Mike Brown come in and reprise his role, or be the bad guy, the one that assaults Daniel and basically forces him to join the All Valley tournament. And that's just the cataclysm, because they just wanted to hurt Daniel. We got John Kreese coming back. We see Daniel embrace Cobra Kai and get hurt during the training process, and Miyagi throughout the entirety of the film not wanting to train Daniel on how to win. And I don't even think he trained him at the end. I don't think he trained, did he? I don't think he trained him at the end, if I'm not mistaken.
I thought he showed him how to do like the haka, right? Like this. No, like kata, yeah, kata.
Maybe
wasn't it this one? Wasn't it?
I don't think that was in this one. I think he learned kata in like the first or second film. In this one, what I think did stand out was him basically like coming to his aid at the end of the movie and telling him, Daniel, your best, and you'll see, if you saw the intro, you'll know what scene I'm talking about. But that's basically the full coming around moment where he beats Mike Brown and he defeats Cobra Kai for the second time, and it basically kind of just goes away until the Cobra Kai series. So yeah, Alex, I want to know what your thoughts on the movie is. What did you enjoy? What did you not enjoy? And what would you...
Guys, have you heard? Nelson, tell the people.
Shady Mob Productions is an official affiliate of HBO Max. Click on the link in the description and sign up so you can watch hit series like Hard Knocks, Game of Thrones, and House of Dragons.
Also, don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you can be notified when the latest content drops. Guys, join me, Alex the Man Angelov, and check out A&A Radio, where we're going to be talking about the latest and greatest financial news, investments, banking, and personal finance. Check out the channel, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you can be notified when the latest content drops.
Who rate this film?
So I, again, first comer into this series, I really did enjoy the the continuation of the universe. We get the same characters, Miyagi, Daniel. Shit, I mean, and we got new people too. Silver, John Kreese, they come back, and Silver is a really interesting villain because he's schemy. He's very smart, and he has like plans how to get in his head, while Kreese is very like rock hard. I want it done, like you're going down, but Silver, he kind of like, he schemes and he like gets in his head, and he destroys and he grinds him down from this amazing strong boulder of a kid down to soft gravel and sand, and like even this, look where he's at in your background, like that's where they brought him down to. So that's why I feel like people like it, because of like the growth that happens within it. I don't like this movie as much as I do like the other two in the trilogy, solely because it felt short. The female love interest really didn't need to be there, I think, and to be honest with you, it was just kind of off. Like it was off how Miyagi was reacting, like he didn't it's almost like he didn't really care
to
as
interrupt you, but the female love interest wasn't even the love interest in this film. She was just the what's it called? The friend.
just friend.
The friend.
Yeah.
Proceed.
So yeah, but like still like I mean I don't get how Miyagi was so like he was just so uninterested at times. Almost as if like like he didn't give his wisdom enough. Like he told Daniel not to worry or like, oh, you're too stressed, you're too angry, like and then Daniel was reacting so quickly. But it's I guess they just wanted to fit it in like a short time, of like an hour. How long is this movie? Like an hour and 50 minutes or something like that. Um and I like it just didn't seem believable enough. I thought also the bad guys that like beat him up in his bonsai shop weren't that like they weren't, oh, the bad guys, as much as Johnny was, because they had more instances of being enemies, right? There's no buildup for him to be like, oh, win the tournament. It wasn't grateful. I wasn't like, yeah, he really did it. Like, nah, he got a spur of inspiration, a spur of motivation from Miyagi right there in that scene where your background's at. And that's it. Like I wasn't like, oh, like what an enemy he defeated. Like it just seemed unearned. It felt like like okay, cool. Like he, but it's not like they fought multiple times that he lost and he did bully him. He did like trash his place, but it's because he was also that guy was working for Silver as well. And he didn't I don't think he did anything. Did he do something to warrant that? Like did Daniel do something to him, or like doing because I know Johnny was mad at him for stealing his girl, and so that kind of started it. Yeah.
No. So Matt Barnes, the only reason why he had it after Daniel was because Daniel was the All Valley tournament winner, and Terry Silver basically remember he was a hired gun. Because when John Kreese came over to Terry, because he had just lost the All Valley tournament, and I think when he approached Terry, it was when Daniel and Mr. Miyagi were in Japan dealing with Mr. Miyagi's family situation. Uh, Terry basically set uh, John Kreese on vacation, and we saw him drop off John Kreese at the airport just as Mr. Miyagi and Daniel were returning from Japan. And in that process, that's when Terry Silver, he looks at he's going through like this martial arts magazine, and he sees these
Kai, right?
yeah Matt Brown's like the karate's bad boy Matt Barnes, not Matt Brown like I was calling him earlier. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, but Matt Barnes. He saw Matt Barnes. He basically got him to come in. And Matt Barnes was basically all business. He's like, I'll handle whatever business, whatever you need me to handle, but you need to give me like 50% of all your dojos in America or some shit like that. Then he negotiated. Yeah. So that's why Matt Barnes did what he did and tried to make Daniel's life a living.
Right.
Because Matt Barnes was literally just trying to take over or try to get a cut. If he had beaten Daniel, he would have gotten a cut, but he got absolutely nothing because he didn't beat him.
I think also another part that I was just kind of thrown off of that didn't really need to add it was just the bonsai, I guess, like the bonsai stuff.
I thought that was dumb. I thought Daniel was just doing stupid fucking mistakes throughout the entire movie that just irritated me. Like I understand he became Anakin Skywalker. He joined the dark side, but come on, Mr. Miyagi's bonsai tree, bonsai tree.
And like I do like the shop idea. I like that growth where like she's from high school or college to owner. What?
How did Mr. Miyagi get down there?
I don't even know, dude. How would you even like find a spot like that? That's insane. That's kind of cool though. I like that lore of him doing that.
Yeah.
But I think they really, I don't know. It just didn't seem to fit the other two in the sense of like, this should have been the sequel. Like this should have been.
So that's why
the sequel.
Well, that's why Ralph Macchio hated this film. Like he shot it, he made it. Like the only reason why he made it ultimately was because the other two had made money and the studio wanted a third one, and he was getting paid, but he didn't like it. It was his least, and he's come out and he said it. It was his least favorite film that he shot from the franchise. But for some people, it was a good film. It set up a lot of the lore. And again, the writers took this one and they ran with it because they incorporated Terry Silver. They did a lot of like the Kumiko and Okinawa stuff in the new Cobra Kai series.
Yeah, they revisit a lot of these, and I appreciate the third one slightly more after watching Cobra Kai because Silver in that one is an insane like villain. He's an insane antagonist, and like I appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? Like it was just a perfect like culmination from this movie. But again, like as movies go, this feels like a sequel, while the second one, like it felt like, you know, I would rather have learned about Miyagi more later on. You know, like I wanted to dive into his deeper end, how he killed someone in the Take, or I forgot the name. Sakai Takai, yeah. So if you know, that would have been way more interesting than like some of the stuff we got. But you know, it's just world building. We didn't know that at the time when it was released. You know, so now they're just adding more shit.
Well, yeah, in 1989, I don't think they envisioned there being a world martial arts tournament called the Saikai Taikai, and Mr. Miyagi killing somebody in it. I don't think that was anybody's fucking real book. I still want to know what the fuck that was about. Like, you just gonna drop that and just walk away, writer? Yeah, like, you gotta capitalize on that, Sony. Like, that's not fair. You can't be doing this shit to us.
Yeah.
Insane.
But to rank it, man, I ranked the first one. I ranked the first one
now.
I rate the first one a 10 out of 10. I forget what I rated the second one. An 8? Yeah, I think I 7 or 8.
10 is a little bit too gracious, even for the first one. I'll be real with you. It was a good movie.
Dude, I really enjoyed it.
I'll give it like a 3.5 to 4 stars.
Nah, dude. I'll give it a 10 just because of what it started. Just because like coming into it, I had high expectations, and you know, you hyped it up to the point where it's like I just really enjoyed this, and for the time, it being the type of movie it was great. It was just like the soundtrack, the acting as well from, you know, younger actors and actresses, and like it felt so earned, like his victory, you know, like even the like and Miyagi's teachings, how it like brought upon like this culture of wax on, wax off, and like the references have been made. The spur of like karate and kung fu that took off from that, like it's a cultural movie. That's why I rank it so high, the impact. But as a film and what this movie has done for the franchise, it's an average movie. It's slightly above average, but it's an average movie. I'm giving it a 5 out of 10. Because not only like does it doesn't do anything to, it doesn't how can I say this, like it just didn't feel right. It didn't feel right at all. The pacing was a little off at times. The bonsai storyline didn't make sense. Again, some actors and actresses just didn't have to be there. Again, the love interest didn't matter.
This is a 3-star movie. Through and through, a 3-star movie. Eric, like, also we know Daniel's bonsai business never took off because he owns a car dealership in the future, and he says that it fucking failed.
And this is like us knowing stuff now, like throughout the entire series. But as a movie, though, there were some great shots. There was some CG issue. Like it felt cheaper. Like I don't know. It didn't feel as like
it did.
Well taken.
It did. It felt rushed. It felt like they were just trying to make money off the franchise. They capitalized on like the whole Karate Kid genre because remember 1980s, 1990s. That's when kung fu movies were fucking big, bro. And this was part of it. And again, they capitalized on it. They made money on it. But personally, I thought it was 3 stars. I thought it was low budget. Again, like some of the scenes just felt a little bit too corny at times. The whole Matt Barnes and breaking the tree, and then Daniel going for the tree. That just, I don't know. That's my thought. Those are my thoughts.
Good acting at times, and they wanted to make it so, but so like that. What I do
This
like
scene
about
right
it,
here is
just
probably my favorite scene in the entire movie.
that's it. Like that's like the high point of the movie where you get to see Daniel finally coming to an understanding that it's okay to be afraid. It's like your emotions, you're angry and you don't know why. It's because you're afraid, right? And so Mr. Miyagi finally gave some good advice in this movie. Finally became a master again. For some reason, he just became a lazy dude who, didn't want to deal with Daniel's problems
No,
and
I
him to
don't
figure it
think
out for
that was
himself.
the case. I think the case was Daniel needed to mature and realize, like, hey, you're at a coming of age. Why are you fighting? You fought, you had a reason to fight the first time. Now you're just fighting for fighting's sake. And Miyagi's teachings is it doesn't like from the how Miyagi portrayed everything, he doesn't fight for fighting's sake. He fights for a reason. And the reason why Miyagi stepped in at the end was because he saw Daniel losing himself and caving into fear. And that was the reason Miyagi decided to give Daniel those words of inspiration at the end. So he could be motivated and he had a reason to fight. You can lose the fight, but you can never lose the fear because fear cannot dictate your life, which I thought was the lesson of this movie.
It was, yeah, it really was great growth, great moment. I enjoyed that. That's like you got to see his like his buildup of being angry and
Broke
afraid,
my heart seeing
being,
Miyagi see Daniel go through all the pain and suffering. As at least like a dad, like I was just like Miyagi wanted to help him. Miyagi wanted to help him, but Daniel was hiding shit, not telling him anything, and just going behind Mr. Miyagi's back for a lot of stuff because he didn't approve of how Daniel was going about things. Which I thought, again, Pat Morita, I thought that Pat Morita basically brought this movie together in my eyes. His acting, because he didn't say a lot, but his acting spoke tremendously.
yeah, and that's I don't know. It's just it was nice to as a trilogy. Like there are some weaker movies and trilogies, and this is one. I'm not saying it's horrendous. Don't see it. Would I see it again? Maybe just for like nostalgia. Just be like, oh hey, let's have a Karate Kid marathon. Oh all right, yeah, sure, let's watch it. I won't ever watch this movie like by itself. Like
You best
like
so
recently
when
just
I get to watch Karate Kid Legends, because I know you've already watched it. I'm watching all the
yeah.
again.
So I'm gonna wait to rank all the movies and when we do that review because I have a similar ranking of movies with the trilogy. One, two, three. One's the best two, and then third is right behind second. But it's not bad. It's not a bad movie, but compared to the other two, it fell off. Just fell off and yeah, you can tell that the studio, as you said, just wanted to make money and push out a movie. They didn't really like care much for the script and like how it's gonna like, change things or like, leave a taste in people's mouths. So yeah, but overall, it adds a lot for later content and they delivered. Cobra Kai is amazing, and we'll definitely do a video on that. I definitely want to talk about Cobra Kai. Johnny, you know, got some redeemed himself there and got some actual screen time. And Silver's back, and Silver was an insane villain. Like I just love that. And I think also Matt Barnes was there as well, right? What's his name?
Barnes, fucking Chosen, Kumiko,
Everybody's being
back. I forget the fucking girl from this movie, but she's the cousin of Daniel's wife. And she
Oh, so it does play. Yeah, I guess there was an important part, but really she didn't.
yeah,
need to be.
she hooked him up. Was like, yeah, she was the one that hooked Daniel up with his wife. Yeah. So
Okay.
yeah, because we see her also come back. They really brought back a lot of people. They even brought back Pat Morita with CGI, and it looked, yeah, that fight scene that with Daniel at the end, I think, during Cobra Kai, where he's fighting his inner demons on who Mr. Miyagi really was. Beautiful fight scene. Beautiful fight scene. They did a lot. I honestly thought they did a really good job with it.
Yeah.
I thought they did a really good job with it. And yeah, guys, those are our thoughts on Karate Kid Part 3. We still got to do a Cobra Kai movie or Cobra Kai series one, and then we also got to do a Legends and Karate Kid 2010 with Jaden Smith.
No.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
I'll watch it. Fine. Fine.
Don't disrespect the great Jackie Chan now.
I'm not disrespecting Jackie Chan. I am disrespecting Jaden Smith because he's really good.
Jaden Smith was a great child actor. He was a great child actor. Jaden Smith, I don't know what happened during his teenage years. And I think it was Jada Pinkett Smith that got fucked Jaden Smith up. But Jaden Smith was a great childhood actor when Will Smith was with his son all the time, just guiding him through the acting process and everything. Jaden Smith was a great child actor. It was in his later stages in his life where things kind of took a turn for the worse.
Right.
But it's okay.
All right. We'll
be right back with some what to watch.
Guys, you're watching a Shady Mob production. Make sure to follow the Shady Mob podcast where we break down all the latest content and talk about life. Please make sure to share, like, comment, and subscribe so you can be notified when the latest content drops. Guys, if you're into sports, wrestling, or just need some positivity and motivation, check out N1 from the End Zone and click on that subscribe button so you can be notified when the latest content drops. And now, ladies and gentlemen, with the man and your king, the king, it's time for
What to watch, 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 what to watch. Yes, sir.
And we are back, ladies and gentlemen, with What to Watch with Alex the Man Angelov, your boy himself, King Npv Alex. What do you recommend the people?
I recommend Kung Fu Panda 2. This one is my favorite of the entire quadrilogy that they have, mainly because it shows Poe's drive and how he redeems himself towards the end. He kind of felt like he had to take care of what happened to his family, and he just grows so much in this, and he found what Master Shifu took so many years to find. He found inner peace, right? Shen is the main villain, the main antagonist in this movie, and he's the main antagonist because he went to a soothsayer, and she proclaimed that Shen's dynasty, Shen's ruling throughout the entire of China, will come to an end because of how he is, right? And so it is theorized that he will be beaten by a panda, and so that's why he went to destroy all the pandas, all their villages, and all that, and that's why Poe's mom sacrificed him to save him from Shen's ruthlessness. And so you get to see his background, you get to see that more of him being with the Furious Five, and their collaboration, their relationship is building. Him and Tigress have a few moments where it's their bond becomes stronger. And it's just great. It's just a great movie. I recommend it. Go watch the entire quadrilogy, if anything. I think that this one's the strongest one of all of them because it shows pure emotion towards the end. And honestly, it's just great. Story writing, pacing, comedy. I think it's the funniest one. There's a few moments where I just laugh even now, bro. I'm thinking about it. And just check it out. It's great. I love it. Nelson, what do you recommend to people?
I recommend Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. This movie is one of my favorite movies of all time. I'm just a fan of 1990 cinematography as a whole, and this movie, in my opinion, was ahead of its time. April O'Neil in this movie is played by Judith Hogue, and she, I think, does an okay job portraying April O'Neil, in my honest opinion. The second person that portrayed it, I forget her name, but when I recommend the next movie, I will let you know who she is. But it starts off with April O'Neil basically reporting on all the crime that's going on around New York City, and essentially going through her research, finding out that there is this clan or this gang that has invaded New York City called the Foot, and basically diving deep and trying to figure out what the root cause of all of this is. Throughout the story, we see that Orokusaki, the Shredder, is the leader of the Foot Clan, and he is a former rival of Hamato Yoshi, Master Splinter's old teacher or old master before he was killed by Orokusaki before coming to America. And in this movie, it's because of a love interest that Hamato Yoshi dies, and Orokusaki basically kills him. Basically, we see Master Splinter somehow end up in New York, in the sewers in New York City, after everything has transpired. And basically, he comes across these four baby turtles that had been basically like that were just in toxic ooze. Basically, the ooze infected them or got on them, and that's what mutated them into being the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles that we see today. Same with Master Splinter, he becomes a human rat basically, and because of the martial arts training that Master Splinter had under Hamato Yoshi, he essentially teaches those learnings to his children and goes off and fights the Shredder in this movie, saving April O'Neil, basically saving New York from the gangs. We get a great fight scene at the end. Basically, Master Splinter comes and defeats the Shredder and saves the Turtles. And then this basically sets up the second franchise because we see the Shredder's hand rise at the end of the film, indicating that he's not completely dead. Corey Feldman is in this film. He plays Donatello, legendary actor. Brian Tochi plays Leonardo. Casey Jones is played by Ellis Costas, and I thought Casey Jones was an incredible actor. And then Michael Angelo was played by Robbie Rist, and Raphael was played by Josh Pace. All of these guys were incredible, did an amazing job portraying the Turtles, and to this day, I still think the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle films that have come out since then have not been able to do these films justice, and that is a disgrace. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, I recommend you guys go check out Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles from the 1990s, because this franchise was incredible. It was ahead of its time. It paid homage to the animated series from that time, basically, that kids grew up with, and then I think inspired the early 2000s Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles as well, because that was also an incredible series to go and check out. So yeah, go check out Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, ladies and gentlemen. And with that being said, this episode has come to an end. Guys, thank you for joining us on the Shady Mob podcast with your two favorite pod mob stars, Alex the Man Angelov, your boy himself, King NPV. Always remember, desire is power. If you desire to be great, you have the power to be great. Alex, what am I forgetting to tell the people?
Guys, go check out the QR code at the top right of your screen. Right over there. Oh, no, right over there. There you go. Yeah, it's my left. Yeah, right there. Oh, man. Oh, please go check it out. Go to our website. Go to our other channels. Subscribe to those. Anyone from the End Zone, A&A Radio, Shady Mob Productions, podcast, and Smacks as well. You can get your live gaming all day, every day. Check out our merch. Buy our stuff. Help us out. Just support the channel. Be great. I don't have the shirt on. I just did this because the skit that we did earlier. But please go check us out. Help us out. If you guys know anybody who wants to advertise, we can do that on our channel. We provide editing services as well. Please reach out, email us, Instagram. We have a LinkedIn. Go check us out. Enjoy the rest of your day, and please come back for more. Like, comment, subscribe. As I said, we're always happy to have you guys.
Guys, we appreciate everything you guys do for us. See you next time.
Bye, guys.